Well, good morning. I'm out on the unfinished screen porch. Wendy come around the other door. Oh, oh, that was a big run. Look at you guys with your big runs. Mm. I don't know. Will people come out this morning? Here we go. Karma having some food. Wendy running around. Um, Unfinished screened porch. But I'm out here sitting in a chair to talk to you guys today. Oh, there are people coming out. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Catherine. You guys know I feel things very strongly sometimes. It's very hard for me to. It seems it's always been very hard for me to let go of some. I have a hair pulled tight in my braid today, trying to pull at it. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. Anybody who's been a service member and all. Thank you for all you've done to keep us in this free country we call home. Um, and Iris. So I was at Overland Expo. Do we start there? I guess we'll start there. My energy feels a little low as far as like I want to say kind of in an emotional way, like something happened on Thursday. I'm uncomfortable with how much I say about it. And then on Friday it changed and then I had a surprise visit from Mary, who camped out one night here. And she made me dinner that day. That was I don't really want to think that way. So I just keep trying to distract myself from continuing to think about what happened and what I should do. So I have a long weekend. I'll be around. Um, so Overland Expo was good. Um, Driving the tracker, great. It did fine on the highway. It Flagstaff's only 3 hours away from the cabin, so it wasn't long thing, but or trip or anything. But I kind of just threw some camping gear in the back of the car and just drove right after work. And so I got tired kind of early. Well, because sometimes work is really stressful because of the way some personalities deal with some stuff. And so I got to Expo, which was fantastic, reconnecting with people, seeing good old friends that I don't really talk to a lot, but we're just the kind of friends like you just start the conversation where you left off the last time. I don't even know. It was just good. It was good. Um, and because I bought a $14 plate of brisket all by itself, only the meat. I didn't have the vegetables or the, whatever else that went with it. I got so sick. Wendy, ate it with me. Wendy got sick. We had diarrhea for like 5 days. It was horrible. So when I first came home, I, of course, was just so anxious to get to more familiar territory. So I just came home and I couldn't go to work um, Monday when I was scheduled. So I texted and then called Stan and talked to him about it, and told him how sick I was. And he was like, "Oh, I'll stay right close to the facilities and you'll be all right." Well, the next morning, Tuesday, I didn't wake up till 10 o'clock and called him again and was like, "I'm still sick. So I'm going to take today too. Um, but I'm feeling better. I'm going to get a shower and I'll for sure be in tomorrow." And so I did. And things at work are weird. But that's not what I put on. Okay, when I went to pack the car, the tracker for going to Expo, I dropped my tripod and it snapped in half and broke. So no tripod. That's why it's a little wiggly. Um, so some change happening. I'm not sure what to say right now because I don't want to focus on what's happening at work, but it's bizarre. And let's see, Jess is supposed to come by probably today, and we'll work on a few things together probably, or at least get some plans straightened out. I've got to now budget everything. Um, Basically, I can't tell whether a person at work who seems to, since I was gone for a minute, I was only out one day, Friday, and then went on my, so Friday, Thursday night after work, I left for the trip to Overland Expo. And so I took off Friday, and that was it. Then I got sick at Expo Friday. And so I ended up taking Monday and Tuesday off by calling Stan, letting him know I was here, but that I was sick. And by the time I got back to work, things were strange and really strange. And one of the coworkers who I've always had awkward things with seems to not want me to have any private time with Stan at all. So I can't go talk to Stan by myself. If I'm in getting ready to talk to him, that person is right there. Okay, so I'm going to try to say this with as much fact and quickly and short so you can pray about it and then not dwell on it. But basically, I got fired Thursday and told I needed to finish out the week. And then Friday, we had a team meeting, the first one since I have been there. And in the team meeting, I was told, everybody was told, that I now only work 2 days a week. It's awkward, it's odd, I don't know what's going on. The reason I was given was because everybody hates me and nobody wants me around. That's what I was told. Okay. it doesn't make a lot of sense. And now I don't trust my boss. And I need them to finish fixing the problem, uh, whatever the problem is with my tracker that has the check engine light on all the time. That needs to be fixed. Um, Obviously, because this is happening to me and not coming from me, I'm carefully praying about the situation and taking careful stock of what's happening. I had just ordered business cards that I designed for Stan and the business and everything, and I need to get reimbursed for that and some other things. So there'll be some details and some things to figure out. And no, I don't understand, but I now don't have the level of trust I had in anybody again. Um, I came away from Expo. Let's switch gears. Please ask questions, but I the shop. The guys are good mechanics. It's weird. I don't know what's going on. And I don't know whether I'm being sabotaged or what. I don't even know. I mean, I did notice that in the scheduling book, somebody had marked me off for a lot more days. And I was like, who decided that? Because I only asked for 1 day off and then I was sick. And so had to call for that. But like, why did they mark more days off in the week as Lesa off and future days that aren't on my book or aren't? I hadn't asked for them. Didn't I? So I have questions, and then there was one comment made. Those few things leave me with questions about whether somebody's trying to get rid of me. I also don't experience that all the guys hate me. So I don't know. I got over the diarrhea. I think I got appropriate electrolytes back in my system. You know, a lot of times we're getting water as as nomads and travelers and off-gridders. We're often getting water that's been filtered so much that it doesn't have any of the life-giving properties that water ought to have. So, so making sure that I get electrolytes and a few extra things back in. I'm sure some of that will change as I finish up the water storage system here because I plan to put in a charcoal slash sand old school filter system that will be either a 30-gallon or a 55-gallon drum that all my water will go through that to get filtered. Obviously, based, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to probably get my Midland radio system set up in the tracker. Um, I've got I've got cleaning and stuff to do here at the cabin. I got to finish up some stuff here that's been projects that we were working on, and I'm gonna have to be really careful with my budget with this awkward change. Um, So anyway, what to say? I'm hoping that when Jess comes, he can help me move some stuff around out here on the patio. Um, and in the backyard. I mean, I'll have some time coming up. I'll be able to, start. I bought a new collapsible rake at Dollar General a few weeks back. And I need to, go through the little yard space and rake. And Ozzy's cactus garden is beautiful this year with red blooms. It's beautiful. But I need to like straighten things up, and the wind's been blowing a lot lately, so uh, I just I just got to straighten up. But a little bit, I just feel like just being here and not messing with much. But I'm also hoping there's a local guy interested in that big solar kit that's still sitting around here. I'm most likely, hi Mary, I'm most likely going to just sell that, give him a really good deal on that kit so he can have the big solar kit. Um, I'm not even like interested right now in stuff. Um, I want to get my kitchenette fixed. I need to clean up from all this wind blowing around, and um, let's beans. You are on my live stream. That's not appropriate here. That's a bunch of crap. And delete your message, or I'll have a moderator delete it. Um, yeah, I need to get the water tanks um, leveled and in their proper places so that I can order a load of water to fill all my big IBC water totes, and I need to order the two zippered covers for those, so that the sun doesn't ruin them or cause algae to grow. So Jess and I talked about that. He's going to help me do it. I did some of that all by myself in the past. I'm not sure how I feel about that right now. Um, thank you, Sonia. Sonia's saying, patience, things that surprise you are usually the work of the stupid wannabe or something. um, yeah, whatever. Um, or, or, I believe in the great creator. So could be the other side, throwing me curveballs. Who knows? But yep, I just have to breathe and turtle step my way through this. Now, y'all know I talk about turtle stepping. Um, and what I mean is just find ways to do little things that are successful, that I can be successful at while I plod, manu- uh, live my way through whatever's in front of me, because I don't even know what it is. So I've had, I've had a lot of thinking and a lot of whatever, but the turtle stepping kind of things can be, you know, I'll show you one. The Can you see all that? Look at all that sand that blew in on the porch. So after we finish talking this afternoon, the plan is I'll be sweeping the porch. Um, Jess has been helping me get the tools moved into the new toolbox. So I've got some empty storage crates sitting here. And all these things just need to be straightened up. And I can do a little bit now and a little bit later. And I don't have to do it all at one time. And that can be the success that helps me get through combination of getting finished the screen port because the bugs have started to be out. I have some cedar gnats. And and the birds have been trying to come in here and nest. And so I need the screen doors finished and some things buttoned up. And he's going to work on that. And then the water totes need to be leveled. But a lot of this, a couple of days, it could get knocked out. So um, oh, Donna K, hi, hun. And I see your note. Thanks for the wisdom. You needed to hear that. And then Iris saying you love my attitude. Hey, I don't always I always like hesitate first. I want to, because I was kind of bullied and stuff young. I don't know how to gracefully say that, but whatever. Young, my first reaction sometimes is to just wait. Sometimes it's like I'm frozen for a few seconds or minutes. Sometimes time kind of freezes and I'm just frozen, like it's another thing that hit. I don't understand. It's confusing. I've lost trust for the person that I trusted. And now I'm not sure what, right? And so I just kind of sit with it because I don't know what else to do. And then a little at a time, I wait for that little voice, knowing, intuition to make. Please help me to see the wisdom to use the situation, help me to have creative ideas, or stuff like that. You get it. And to find a way to turtle step and find little successes that will allow me to have a more positive attitude today and to not focus on whatever the problem is. And so, that's, yeah, that's what I've learned to do. And sometimes it does come with a few moments of like, okay, don't know what my mind is trying to make sense of something that I don't have any more information to use to make sense with. And it's like, so sometimes I just have to say, let that go. Help me to see the next thing that's in front of me to do. Okay, and so maybe it's sweeping the floor, or maybe it's putting a leash on Wendy and going for another walk. Maybe it's moving the cement blocks closer to the water totes so when Jess is here, he can help me lift the totes again. Because 2 years ago, when I moved the tote by myself, it was heavy, empty, but I did it. And I don't want to do it alone this time, so I'm going to let him help me. But you get my, yeah, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, just breathe, just do. I found myself yesterday, at some point during the day, I was just really, really tired. And I was like, well, if you're tired, what if you just sat down or laid down and rested? And I went, oh, there's a novel idea. So Wendy and I rested together for, I don't know, maybe an hour. It was like, okay, and I tried to watch a video or something a couple of times yesterday, and I found myself scrolling too much and not being able to focus and not really wanting to watch anything. And I was like, you know what, put the phone down. So I did, stuff like that. So, uh, oh, and I don't know if I'll get to that today. I might get out I have these galvanized garden bed things I want to put together. That would give me a little bit of success as I open the boxes and start to try to see if I can make it do what I'd like it to do. Jess and I talked about it going on the south side of the screen porch wall right here. And but I need to put it together, and then Jess will have to cut some rebar that I have to put some stakes down to hold it in the ground and keep it firm and whatever. I'm going to try to change the shape of what I was given. It's not like I could just use it the way it came. It came in, it's like multiple little, like 2.5 or 3 foot long little garden beds. And I don't want that. I don't want little ones. I want one long one. So I'm going to see if I can maneuver it. And then we'll use rebar to kind of stiffen it up and my asparagus bed came back. I don't know when that was. 2 weeks ago, maybe. The asparagus sprouted up, and it was beautiful. Wendy ate one piece. Wendy loves fresh asparagus. She's so silly. Um, but I let it all just go to seed. I didn't try to cook it. There was a lot going on, and um, well, try to cook it or just eat a piece. Um, but probably the next big project I'm going to try to kind of maneuver, well, big on top of what I've already been talking about, is I really want to move the wood cook stove out here on the screened porch and start to work on the repairs for that. Um, because I'd like to use it. And to have that ability to cook outside is really worth it. Now, this little stove, cute as heck. Yeah, I don't love the horseshoe for handle and stuff like that, but I mean, it's a cute little stove. Okay, those are solar lights up there. They're just sitting there. Um but I think I'm going to sell this one. And the reason is I need whatever stove is out here in on the screen porch cuz this is small. The space. I need the wood stove out here to be something I can cook on. And as you can tell, that amount of space right there, there's not enough room for me to put a tea kettle or a fry pan on the top of that stove. So the wood cook stove's more appropriate for the space. So that's what I'm going to do is try to sell this one. Or if I need to, and now I'll negotiate with Jess, but if I need to, because my finances will change with this change at work, then I may trade off some things with him. I will barter things. I've done that lots. And if that's what I need to do to continue to simplify, what's the other word I want? Minimize the items here and get this finished up at the cabin, then I will do that. Now, I also um, started putting a few extra pictures out because I also have like lost most of my Google Photos account. And so I'm trying to take the pictures that are left and get the stories told. So I put a couple of pictures out on a story the other day, and I put a couple of pictures on Instagram the other day. And so I will probably be working with some of that stuff a little more. Um, Stan told me that since none of the computers at work are in fantastic shape, that if I wanted to take the one I've been working with a lot lately, if I wanted to bring it back and forth from work to home, as long as it didn't have any work stuff on it, which it doesn't, except for a couple of forms I created, but they're in Google. Um, and can be transferred over to him or whatever. But he said I could bring a computer home and use it a little bit. So I was like, well, all right. I don't know. Things are. Pray for Stan. He's not well. He's been back to the doctor. Now he had meniscus surgery on one knee. They were going to do the other meniscus surgery. He's been having blood tests and stuff like that. But he said to me that his last blood tests, I think it's all right to say so, because pray for him, okay? His last blood tests markers seem to indicate that he's either 95 or 97% sure that he's got cancer. And I think he was having a personal problem with the current girlfriend. So you could pray for that, because prayers help. June 1st, they're also changing the hours at the shop. Anyways, that's that stuff. Okay, can we talk about something else? Somebody asked me a question, please. um, I've got to reorganize my wood pile because I finally was able to cut myself with my little chainsaw and my sawzall. I was able to cut and move the dead tree that was in the way of my wood pile being stacked in a more appropriate place. But I have limited cement blocks over there, and I found from I learned from old timers, old ranching people, that if you put your wood pile 2 cement blocks high, the rats will generally not live in the wood pile. Now, sometimes they will for a little bit, but it'll be less than if it was stacked on the ground, or if you put a pallet on the ground, then there's like 3 inches or something hole, and the mice and rats can get in, and then the snakes can get in too. But if you do like 2 cement blocks high. So anyways, so the wood piles, I have these 3 really long pieces of, I don't even know what it is, like big metal things that somebody dropped off here. Well, 2 of them on a couple of things of cement blocks makes a really strong rack for wood. And so I need to move the current wood, shove the wood off those metal so I can get them up in the right place on the cement blocks, and then split and restack that wood. That's a project for the summer or whatever. Okay, I see a question. Donna K, how many quarts is my Ninja, and how often do I buy ice? Oh, cool. Because I've come home and the house has been like 93 degrees inside. Well, windows were still closed, stuff like that. And the wind blowing like crazy, crazy. My Ninja cooler is the 30 quart. Now, the new 30 quart, I bought mine 2 weeks later. They put out the new one. The new one comes with wheels and a handle. Okay. I got the first gen, and it didn't have wheels. But I love it anyways. Okay. And I just put it on top of a plant dolly thing, the little round thing with 4 wheels that you put a heavy plant on. Anyway, and how often do I buy ice? The top of mine, okay, I bought the divider cutting board that goes in the middle, was about $25. But with that divider cutting board being able to separate the 2 sections a little bit, I could put up to, now I don't, okay, but I can fit up to 4 blocks of ice in the top. It, and then the drawer would freeze, which it did. I mean, I don't have that much ice in it. So what I've been doing is buying 1 or 2 blocks of ice when I buy my weekly groceries. And then I put either two on one side of the cutting board or one in each section on the bottom. Depends on what I'm putting in with it. And I'm not even buying ice cubes anymore at all. I'm buying block ice. But it fits so good, and block ice just, doesn't melt as fast. And I don't drain the water that often. Okay. I drain the water about once a week. I do need to drain the water today. I actually have one new block. So I'm buying 1 block of ice a week. And on the day that I'm buying my groceries, the bigger amount of groceries, I buy anything from 1 to 2 blocks. It depends on my mood or on how much raw meat I'm going to have and how soon I think I'm going to be able to cook it. Am I making sense with that? Ooh, that's a good price. 279. That's great. I love it. Love it, the cooler. Um the drawer stays dry. I You do have to make sure that the drain is sufficiently tight that it doesn't leak. Once I had the drain leak, but it's because I didn't tighten it enough. Um, but aside from that, I just love it because I can buy a block of ice when I'm near the store. And in my area, it's pretty easy to get a block of ice. Okay. It'll take ice cubes just fine. You could use those. So they have ice bags that you put ice inside of, and then you cop. And when the first ones they ever had, I had for a while, they had the spigots like down low on the bottom. The new ones, the spigot is up high on one of the sides. It's a better design to have it up high and on one of the sides. But what it allows you to do is as the ice melts, it's in the bag and you can use the cold water because it's in that bag. And you could use those in this cooler really successfully. I've thought about getting them, but I didn't buy them. And of course, I'm not running I'm not sure I would put the cooler in the tracker for a trip. I'm not sure because I think what would happen is it's large-ish. I haven't tried it to see how it would fit. But I just have a hunch that I would have to move it to make my bed and that it might be annoying. But I love the cooler. So I don't know the answer yet. Oh, I gallon milk jugs in the top. Of course, you fill. Yeah. Scrolling. Um, yeah. Scrolling. Um, Buffering. I when I would I somebody get me I had Jess run up to the store for me. I had him get 2 blocks of ice, a packaged chicken thighs, some fresh cilantro. I don't remember what else. Anyway, that those chicken thighs stayed frozen almost all week because I was pretty sick. But anyways, and then I found that I can make one chicken thigh into a nice broth with the just chunks of cilantro and boil it with it and salt and a bay leaf. And that I felt so much better to have that when I was sick. So anyways, yeah. Love that cooler. But I'm gonna try to fit it in the back of the tracker and check it out for size in the next few days because I do need to check that for size. I need to get some tie downs um, installed, something, attachment points for tying things down. I need to do that in the tracker because I have no place to tie something down. Um, I think I'm going to remove my passenger seat in the tracker after Expo, looking things over, thinking about the way I've been doing things, the discomfort I had because I was so sick, plus the fact that we had hail before I left. Sunday at Expo, we had hail in the morning, and it was like, a little more comfort would be okay. I have Wendy now, and I didn't have Wendy before. And so when I saw Candy and her husband did a um, frame off restoration of I don't know what year it is. I was going to say 77, 78. I don't know. Um, Jeep CJ. And so she did a bed platform in hers, but she built it in two pieces. And the back portion is built in. She used aluminum extrusion, they used. They built a lockable box in the back, and then the front portion is separate but together. And she can remove the front portion of the platform and put the passenger seat back in if she wants to. And so I was kind of thinking about doing a very similar thing because it's a really good idea. And then I can stop trying to reorganize so many things. I did visit with Paul and Shirley, and they gave me another set of InstaPrivy kit. So I can, I'll do a new video for them. And then, oh, Luno Gear. Those guys are so good to me. I mean, the young guys and everything, but I love their stuff. They gave me a, um, I bought a set of the new Luno Gear lights. They gave me a little discount. Those guys are good to me. They're young. I have their shoe bag that's magnetic. Some people use it for trash. I don't like it for trash. I'm hunting for a rear trash bag carrier that will fit on my HA. You can go away. You're on my channel, and I am not interested in that kind of nonsense on my channel. Um, Wendy's running zoomies. Oh my goodness! What did what did you get in? Oh, good Lord! Look at you! Look at this dirty, muddy little girl swimming in the pond. Oh my goodness! You went swimming. Oh, good Lord! That's a muddy mess. She got in the bird bath pond. She's all wet. She's happy though. Yeah, were you getting hot? Oh, good Lord, that's funny. Um, so yeah, I bought the little Luno lights. I don't have them out here where I'm sitting right now, but they're a set. Basically, they're a rechargeable set of little string lights, but they zip into a little off-white, almost see-through case that's zippered, and the case is magnetic. And so I think they're called porch lights because you could just put them like on the side of the car by your door, but you also could string them out as string lights. I really like them. They were inexpensive in a relative sense. 20 $21, something like that. He did give me a discount, so I'm not sure exactly how much they are, but those are really nice. I looked over the power station by Lion. What's the second word of their company? It's not Lion Power, it's Lion something. But lion like the animal. Um their power station has a button to turn on and off. I forget which it is. So that, you know how the problem I kept talking about with the little mini fridges was that the power stations, when the compressor turns off, the power station thinks nothing's plugged in. So Wendy's being silly. So the power station, to protect itself, shuts it off. They have a switch that won't allow that to happen. So you can turn it on and off yourself. So I like theirs. They had a good deal on it was either a 300 or a 500 watt. I don't remember which. And it's, rated, and the case they put it in is so that it can like maneuver the rough off-road travel. Um, I think they wanted, like, at the show, they wanted something like 350 for that lower wattage power station. I didn't buy one, but I liked it a lot. So I did go on, and they had a QR code at the expo where you could get a free 10-watt solar panel. So I went ahead and signed up from that. And I've had a couple of people um, from the company sent me messages, and I think they've given me an affiliate link or something. I need to read it better, but I was kind of surprised. So, because I didn't ask for it, so it just kind of happened. Um, what else do I have kind of going on with that? Um, oh, and I love Bare Bones. I think I think it's just Bare Bones. I don't think it's Bare Bones Outdoors. I think it's just Bare Bones. They've got really quality, really pretty lights and accessories and stuff. They had a show sale on water buffalo leather gloves. And I use wood stoves and stuff, so I for $10. So I bought a pair of gloves because I needed a pair of leather gloves, so I got those. And I bought two little tiny round rechargeable lights from them that have magnets, a loop and magnets. Those will be good on the tracker. And they're rechargeable. So I got a couple of those things. I didn't spend a lot of money, but um, I I was sick, but I did practical things and reconnected and went to classes. Oh, what a good class the man gave on on well, it wasn't titled How to Poop in the Woods, but it was on bathroom stuff. What a good, like, really well educated, almost college level uh, bathroom class. Good job. Guy did a great job. I need to write a review and send it to Azure. Oh, my Miss Wendy Woo, you got cooled off. Mama needs to fix that door. If the wind blows, it might hit you. Um, and then what was another class I went to was the um, you I'm not dead yet. What's next? Uh, that was a good class. That guy, he and his wife evidently started out as hikers years ago, and so you know, a lot of people that are overlanders at one time were long distance hikers. So that's a little interesting connection for some people. And I went to a few other talks. Of course, I went to one of the talks given by Candy and Michael and that group of five that are doing the vintage Southern Cross expedition right now. I'm real happy for them. It's so nice to see all those rigs and what they're doing with them. They even took a VW thing on this trip. I wanted to go. Just honestly, it would be fun to go. Um, I have often wanted to do the BDR trails. BDR is the Backroads Discovery um, trails. And so they were kind of have trails for most of the states do some of those trails. So I've kind of had a quick chit chat with Melinda and Jason. They're coming out this way next month sometime, on their way somewhere else. And then we've been talking about could we maneuver, a visit and whatever. And so we'll try to somehow get together. And I was like, guys, I so bad want to do some kind of trail run or something. I don't know. But I was supposed to be at Zuki Palooza this weekend, but with all the things that came up between Thursday and Friday, that was just bizarre and confusing. And Zuki Palooza decided to do the camping at a state park, which was pricey. And what was the other reason I didn't? I'm not a rock crawler, and two of the three trails they were going to trail runs on, I couldn't go on anyways because they were extreme rock crawling. And my daily driver's not going to rock crawl. That's the way that is. So I didn't go. I wanted to, but I didn't go. Um, well, come on. I couldn't maneuver my brain enough to like try something else. Well, and it would have been another expense. It was close-ish by. It was they basically are down in Cottonwood. They ran a trail in Sedona on Friday. Yesterday they were at another trail at Cottonwood, and I don't know where the trail for today was. I don't remember. But some of these were serious, like you needed really high lift kits, taller tires and stuff. But anyway, that's that. So, what else? You got more questions or anything, guys? We're right almost at an hour. I'm not feeling like I want to keep you guys too long. Um, fly right now. I think it's fly. Um, hang on, Wendy. You're kind of messy for going in the house. You ankles. Oh, wait a minute. Let me turn you around so people can see you. You a little messy for going in the house. Look at your feet. What do you want? You want a drink of water? I need to bring the water dish out here. Well, you don't need a drink of water. You were just sitting in water. It's still hot. Oh, you know what? She probably wants a chewy. Oh, and I have a pig ear. Oh, you have a pig ear. You have a pig ear. You have a chewy over there on the rug. Mama needs to sweep that rug too. All that wind blowing around, the last couple of storms have been all wind. What a thing. Oh, yes, big girl. Come here. Let's go. You don't want to see me. What do you want? You want to go get a bone? Miss Mary gave her. Miss Mary gave Wendy a bunch of bones. Beef bones. Here. What do you want? Come here. Or you want me to go outside and run? I have little things to do, Wendy. Let's. I'm coming in the house with you guys a little bit. It's so nice. That back patio is going to be so incredibly nice, guys. So incredibly nice. I mean, it already is. And I'm sorry about all this wiggling the phone around stuff. There you go. She's Wendy's wanting me to follow her outside, and she's running, and so now I'm on the front porch, but I don't know how long I can do this. Same color. I can't see her now. So that's my my ice coolies under there. This is just upside down, but this is a evaporative cooler that I made, and I need to water it so it'll stay cool. But I don't have anything in it right now. I try to keep some. She's happy. All right. Well, I came back long enough to say goodbye. Y'all have a good week. We'll try to do this again next week, same bat time, channel, and all that good stuff. All right. And y'all have a good, bright sunshine. Y'all have a good week, okay? Ciao.